Hello guys, this is Isolate here, bringing you week 2 of the CIL against the actually commissioner of the league, Kevin, again with the team, the LA Kinglers, as you can tell by his name there. So obviously we're on the other side. Oh well, whatever. As my opponent has an Infernape, an Amoonguss, a Granbull, Mega Alakazam, Manaphy, and Thundurus Incarnate. Now, I actually forgot that was a Mega Alakazam until it Mega Evolved in this game, because I kind of prepared for this game like 2 weeks in advance, and turns out, we had to have the battle a little later, but it's all good, because, we're here now. So, I'll just go through the team. Sorry about that, I think I smacked the mic. Anyway, we have the Mega Lopunny, whatever. I think it was speed creeping a Thundurus T, or Thunder's Eye. So, we had Fake Out, Quick Attack, Drain Punch, and Return, because I wanted to try to kill, if that Mega Alakazam had any, chip damage off on it, then I could just go into Mega Lopunny and Fake Out and Quick Attack. I didn't expect him to predict me to do that, so that's why I brought that. Also, anything that's low enough to where a Fake Out, Quick Attack can kill, that would be nice. Then we have a Azumarill with Substitute, Ice Punch, Aqua Jet, and Play Rough. This thing had a pretty good matchup against my opponent's team, especially with the Ice Punch. And I tried to make it work. He didn't bring everything. He had a Mana Buzz. Azumarill could have done a lot to that thing. And he also had other things that Azumarill worked really well against. But I think he really prepared really well with Azumarill against Azumarill in this game. Then we have Physically Defensive Zapdos, Roost, Defog, Heat Wave, Thunderbolt, which is probably the most ideal set I could have had in this particular game, other than Defog. If I had Toxic instead of Defog, that would have been really nice. And then Guja, Assault Vest, Rock Slide, Power Whip, Dragon Tail, and Superpower, I believe, because he had some things that Superpower would have done pretty good against. And then lastly, we have Choice Scarf, Heliolisk with Dark Pulse, Volt Switch, HP Ice, and Surf, which is definitely cool. Only thing, I wish I hadn't gone Choice Scarf. I wish I had gone Life Orb or something like that, and instead of Dark Pulse, then Thunderbolt, because even if Mega Alakazam is against Heliolisk, Thunderbolt's pretty much gonna do a lot anyway. So I don't know. I just felt like I needed an answer to Mega Alakazam, and Choice Scarf Dark Pulse was my answer. And then we have Pursuit Trapping Liepard. It had the Focus Sash, it had Taunt, Seed Bomb, Gunk Shot, and Pursuit. Not the best set, but hindsight's 2020. I just thought that it would be decent. So let's get right into this battle. We'll put it on normal speed. Actually, let's put it on normal. Okay. It's a pretty long battle. Let's put the music off, because that's so annoying. I forgot to do that. So he leads off with the Mega Alakazam. I'm like, oh, this is Mega. That's a thing. And I have Radiation here. It's not specially defensive. I was scared that he would do something. I was scared he had HP Ice, but he was just going to sub up. Just, whatever. I figured I could take one hit, so I just went for T-Bolt. He goes into Mogwai here, the Amoonguss, which is a shame. And then he's going to switch back out as I go for Heat Wave, because that's my thing that can hit Amoonguss. I can do that. So he's actually going to go for Stone Edge, doing a lot of damage. I'm going to T-Bolt, do a lot of damage as well. And I switch out here, I believe. He switches as well. Yeah, I think I switch. I forget who I switched out. I didn't. Okay, Azumarill, yeah. Azumarill was a pretty good answer to Infernape in certain situations, but that's why I switched him in. But I think that was a prediction. He made a really good play there, going into Amoonguss, and then I want him to predict the switch, or just a good middle ground play and go for Spore. That's why I subbed, but he went for the right play, which is Clear Smog, which is obviously for Belly Drum Azumarill. So I'm gonna switch in Radiation here. I know I can take anything from this thing. He's gonna go for the Spore. So here we know he has Clear Smog and Spore. That's what we know from this, from the Azumarill, or the Amoonguss so far. Anyway, we both switch, and he goes into the Thundurus. I go into Azumarill. I'm like, no, that's not good at all. I'm gonna go into Guja. The Assault Vest, I'm just going to eat up that Thunderbolt. Like, it's literally nothing. So then I'm gonna have the Rock Slide. I am physical, so this Spike is just, it has a really good matchup against my team. So we're gonna go into Radiation, because I know he really can't do much to me. Outside of Toxic, like, there's really not much he can do. Toxic does kind of destroy my team. Granbull was really good against my team. If he had brought Toxic, that would have been bad. Spoiler, he never showed the Toxic, at least in this battle. No, and he didn't have it. Never mind. I remember all his 4 moves. Anyway, I'm just gonna sit in here. I can eat anything from him all day. I showed off the Heat Wave. He already saw that, but I don't know. He wants to get a Spore off on this thing, I guess. That's his best play. So here he's gonna switch, get the Regenerator. The thing is so annoying with the stupid Regenerator. It's really a pain. Gonna go for the Heat Wave. I do not get the burn, but I predicted that he'd have Psyshock. I didn't want to go into Gudra, even though it is my dedicated switch into this thing. But I predicted the Psyshock, and he did go for Psyshock, which is nice. If I had gone into Gudra, that would have been bad, because it's gonna hit on the physical side, so it would do a lot to Gudra, and that would not be good, because I need Gudra for this thing right here, and Manaphy. For the special wall. So that's a +2 HP ice. It wasn't Life Orb, granted, but that's a 24%. That's +1 HP ice on a Gudra. I have max special defense Assault Vest, and max HP. Like, that's why I brought this, so that I could deal with that thing. So, you know, it's pretty nice. Anyway, he's going to go for the playoff, or he brought in the Granbull, which is his switch in from now on against my Gudra most of the time. So he's actually going to predict the Roost, which is really nice on his part, and goes for the Earthquake. I realize at this point I really don't need to Roost. This thing I really need Zapdos though, because it is incredibly useful. It deals with it can one-on-one the Amoonguss. It can one-on-one this Granbull here, and it can, I don't know. It's just really useful, because Amoonguss and Granbull really gave my team some problems, and for Zapdos to be really good against both of them is really useful. So he's gonna switch to Mogwai, which is absolutely fine. I'm just gonna go for the Heat Wave. I really want him to get fully paralyzed, but he doesn't. He gets the Spore off, which is good for him. As I'm just sitting in here, nice and pretty, I guess. I'm gonna go into Disciple, the Mega Lopunny, because that was what I wanted to do. And then he's going to go into Infernape, and then he's going to switch back out into RNGesus, his Thunder's Eye, and then I'm going to fake out, because that's what I wanted to do. I couldn't go for the Quick Attack, because I wasn't full, like, he would have outsped me with Mach Punch, and there's really no reason to go for Quick Attack in that situation, because I had the fake out there. So a lot of switching in this game. We're both going to switch again, which is probably like the 4th time in this battle where we both switch in the same turn. So I'm going to go for the Seed Bomb. I brought it for Manaphy, and it isn't even a 2 KO, so that's not good. I had the Pursuit, but I didn't feel like using it. I felt like he'd stay in. He doesn't stay in. He goes to Mogwai, his Amoonguss. And this Liepard's just dead weight. Like, I really should have brought something else, because I thought Liepard had a decent matchup, but it just doesn't. It doesn't. So here I'm going to go for a turn. And that's definitely nice. He's going to go for the Giga Drain, which is absolutely fine. I can deal with this, or I can one-on-one this Amoonguss. He can't Spore because my Zapdos is asleep. So I'm going to return. He goes for the Spore, but he didn't realize that my Zapdos was asleep. So that was great. Now he is going to switch, seeing how he can't do anything. He's about to die to our turn. So he's going to switch into Spike, his dedicated switch for my Mega Lopunny. Now I'm going to go into Radiation, because I know this is a solid switch-in for Granbull. Playoff is doing a decent amount, considering I'm asleep, and I don't want to, if I don't wake up soon enough, he might actually just kill me with Playoffs, but he takes that opportunity to actually heal Bell, getting rid of the paralysis on his Amoonguss, which is a very solid play there. As I'm just sitting here, I'm sleeping. He gets a critical hit on his Thunderbolt, and I'm still asleep. So that was super frustrating, but I knew that if I woke up the next turn, like against an Amoonguss, if I got a free switch in to the Amoonguss and woke up and roosted, that would be really, really useful, because then I could get my Zapdos up healthier. So I'm gonna go. I don't know why I switched into. I don't know why I switched into Lipard there. It really wasn't the right play. I should have just stayed in, but I think I predicted the switch into his. Yeah, I predicted his switch into Granbull because I had the gunk shot, as you can see there, and I wanted to bait him into staying in against my Lipard if he had brought in Granbull, but he just stayed in with his Thunderous. So down goes Lipard. I get some gunk shot damage off, which is nice. Gonna be useful later on, but he's just gonna switch into Granbull once I bring in Mega Lopunny on the free switch, which is really good for him. We're both gonna switch again, as he's gonna go into Amoonguss. I don't know if he was predicting his Azumarill or not, but I'm just gonna fire off an Ice Punch. I get a crit, which is nice, crit for crit, which is pretty fair, I guess. He's gonna Giga Drain, get a lot of health back, or a good amount of health back. As now he's gonna switch. He's gonna switch back out. Seeing how I'm probably going to Ice Punch again, I have to because I can't risk Player Off not killing and him getting a Giga Drain off on my Azumarill. So I had to Ice Punch there. Unfortunately, he did switch into Poseidon. If I had gone for a Player Rough, I'm pretty sure Player Rough plus Aqua Jet would have taken out this thing. I'm not sure though. Maybe not. But yeah. So he's gonna go for the Tailglow as I switch into Azumarill. And yeah, I switched in, didn't I? Wait, let me see. Yeah, I switched into, whoops, sorry about that. I switched into Goodra, and then I switched back into Azumarill for some reason. And I let him get a tail glow up and crit kill my Azumarill. Not sure if the crit mattered or not, but if it did, that sucked because Player Off definitely would have done a number on that Manaphy. So I'm going to go into Impulse after Manaphy takes out the Azumarill. And I'm just going to Volt Switch, get my Radiation in for free against the Amoonguss. Roost up, he's going to switch out, which is nice. And here, at this moment, in the next few turns, I'm realizing, wait, why did I let Azumarill go down right there? Because at this point, Azumarill could have done so much for me, because it had the Ice Punch for the Amoonguss. I let it go down, which was not ideal, as this Goodra is kind of losing its use. Because it's getting whittled down. It doesn't have leftovers because it has Assault Vest, so he also has just a solid switch in, which is Granbull. So we're kind of at a stalemate at this point. We're switching to the same kind of things. Heliolisk hasn't really come in that much. It only came in once and it just Volt Switched. So you can kind of see the same certain Pokemon come in to counter the other team. I get a Heat Wave Burn, which is extremely crucial. That's really, in my opinion, game changing. It kind of not really game changing, but it really helps. Let's just say that. So it really helps. He's gonna go into Thunderous as I'm in with Lopunny. I just go for the Fake Out. Sorry if this commentary isn't that good because it's on normal speed. That's apparently too fast for me. But this game is already at 61 turns, so I kind of wanted to get it a little bit faster. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to take out the Thunderous with Heliolisk, which is nice. Heliolisk getting its second kill of the season. And then he switches into Infernape. I know I predicted a Mach Punch, but he actually goes for the U-turn, seeing how HPS might not have killed Infernape. But I predicted a Mach Punch, so I was basically sacking off Goodra there anyway. So anyway, I'm going to go back into Heliolisk, seeing as it threatens Manaphy, so I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch. This is a great position for me to be in here, because I can just return. I can just fire off a return. Yeah, I don't go for Fake Out, because even if I go for return and he Giga Drains, I can still kill him next turn. So return was my best play here. He has to just let something drop. He decides to let the Granbull drop, which in my opinion wasn't the correct play, because now nothing wins me. Now nothing can stop my Lopunny. Like if he had gotten a free switch into Granbull, he could have taken a return and threatened with Play Rough. But at the same time, he probably didn't predict the quick attack on Mega Lopunny. But whatever. So I'm actually going to go for the return and then the Drain Punch to get enough health back to live the Scald. Luckily, no burn. So in that case, Hax is on my side right there. So then I'm going to predict the Scald. I actually predicted him to switch into Amoonguss, but I knew he wasn't going to go for some crazy HP ground or something. So I knew that Helios was a very safe switch there. So I'm just gonna go for the Volt Switch. He does switch out. If he didn't switch, I would have killed that thing and then just came in with Zapdos and won the game. But either way, I'm just gonna be able to fake out and then return. That's gonna be basically the game, because we've seen, obviously, Manaphy is not gonna outspeed. It's not Scarf or anything. And yeah, that's gonna be it had leftovers. So anyway, that was quite the hacksy match. I'm pretty sure the burn was really crucial on my end, and not getting burnt was really nice, because if I gotten burnt with Mega Lopunny, that game could have gone differently, because my Zapdos was still asleep. So who knows? You could have played around with that with Manaphy and such with the Tail Glow. That would have been scary, but luckily he did not burn me, and I was able to clean up with Mega Lopunny. It got 4 kills this game, which was really nice, improving its record, its individual record to 4-1, as Heliolisk also goes to 2-1, which I believe is the next one. And also Zapdos got a kill, which was nice on the Mega Alakazam pretty early. So that battle was a powerful 74 turns, which is really, that was a lot. That was a really long battle, because he has a really good bulky core with Amoonguss and Grand Bull, and I could tell he had some bulk investment with Manaphy, seeing how Seed Bomb for my Liepard wasn't a 2 KO at all. So then again, it is a Liepard, it's not that strong at all, but yeah, that's gonna be the video. We are 1-1 with a 0 differential, because last week we got 3-0'd, I believe, or was that? No, I think it was a 2-0. Because, yeah, it was a 2-0, but, yeah, so, I don't know. Anyway, because something died to Life Orb, so that doesn't count as a kill. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, I guess. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.